According to the petitioner, there is no mention of talaq-e-biddat in the Quran. It is recognized only by a few Sunni schools. Hence, Shayara Bano sought in her petition that such a divorce which abruptly, unilaterally, and irrevocably terminates the ties of matrimony, purportedly under Section 2 of the Muslim Personal Law, that is Shariat, Application Act 1937, be declared unconstitutional. On the other hand, Rizwan Ahmed submitted that Shayara Bano left her matrimonial home to live in her parental home. Despite his many requests, she refused to accompany him and therefore refused to return to the matrimonial home. He was informed by her father that the petitioner was not inclined to live with Rizwan Ahmed. Rizwan Ahmed further said that he felt that his wife was not ready for reconciliation and hence divorced her by saying a talaq-nama. Rizwan Ahmed argued that he had pronounced talaq in consonance with the prevalent and valid mode of dissolution of Muslim marriages. He also submitted that the present writ petition filed by the petitioner under Article 32 of the Constitution of India is not maintainable as the questions raised in the petition are not justiciable under Article 32 of the Constitution. It was pointed out that it was not the role of a court to interpret the Muslim personal law, the Shariat. According to the Union of India, the fundamental question for determination by the court was that whether in a secular democracy religion can be a reason to deny equal status and dignity to Muslim women. The Union of India contended that freedom of religion was subservient to the fundamental rights. The words employed in Article 25 Clause 1 of the Constitution, which conferred the right to practice, preach and propagate religion, was subjected to Articles 14 and 15. It was necessary to draw a line between religions per se and religious practices. It was submitted that the latter were not protected under Article 25. It was also contended that the Constitution undoubtedly accords guarantee of faith and belief to every citizen, but every practice of faith cannot be held to be an integral part of religion and belief. AIMPLB contended that the expression, custom and usage in Article 13 of the Constitution would not include faith of religious denominations embedded in their personal law. The judgment. The Supreme Court gave its judgment with a 3:2 majority, holding that the Triple Talaq is unconstitutional. The majority bench of the Supreme Court observed that all forms of talaq recognized and enforced by Muslim personal law are enforced by Muslim personal law Shariat, Application Act 1937. This would necessarily include triple talaq when it comes to the Muslim personal law applicable to Sunnis in India. The 1937 Act is a law made by the legislature before the Constitution came into force. Therefore, it would fall squarely within the expression laws in force in Article 13, Clause 3, Subclause B, and would be hit by Article 13, Clause 1 if found to be inconsistent with the provisions of Part 3 of the Constitution. The court observed that triple talaq is instant and irrevocable. Any attempt at reconciliation between husband and wife by two arbiters from their families, which is essential to save the marital tie, cannot ever take place. This form of talaq is manifestly arbitrary in the sense that the marital tie can be broken capriciously and whimsically by a Muslim man without any attempt to reconciliation so as to save it. The Supreme Court also observed that triple talaq is not an essential religious practice. If a practice which is arbitrarily and not an essential religious practice, it will be hit by the exception laid down under Article 25. Therefore, the court held triple talaq to be violative of the fundamental right contained under Article 14 of the Constitution of India. Importance and impact. The Triple Talaq judgment provides a protective shield against gender discrimination in the name of religious practice. Women's rights groups and other human rights and social justice organizations in India have widely celebrated this historic judgment, which advances the essential constitutional values of equality, dignity, and secularism.